to share with you a video that accompanies my most recent blogs posted. They were a little bit different this time. They were a part 1 and 2. Part 1 was how to prepare yourself for talking to your children when scary things are happening in the world. Part 2 was 5 messages to communicate to your children when scary things are happening in the world. I did this because my initial thought was to share some helpful tips on how to talk to your children. Then, as I was writing, and I just want to let you know too, I apologize. I have a house full just like you possibly do. We're all being quarantined right now. It's a very strange time in the world. But so, as you can see, the trash truck is in the background. I hope you can still hear my voice, but we're just all kind of going through this tough challenge together. So I want to try to be as real and authentic as possible for you today, as I think we're all kind of struggling right now with the things that are going on. So as I was writing the first portion of the blog about how to talk to your child when scary things are happening in the world, I realized that we are not always equipped as parents to handle these tough discussions ourselves. So I wanted to provide you some support that comes straight from the Word, straight from the Bible, specifically scriptures that God gives us for courage when we are facing something difficult, when we are feeling fear or anxiety ourselves. So the more meaty part of the blog is actually the parent portion. So I hope you find that helpful. And in my study, I found so many that highlighted courage that God gives us in the Word. But I went ahead and just chose my top 5 that I thought were applicable to things that are occurring in our worlds today. Now, I don't want to take too much time to talk about what is already bombarding the internet and the news feeds right now, the coronavirus. I am not an expert on the virus, but I have done my own research, and I'm trying to be as educated as I can so I can make smart decisions that I feel that are best for my family and those we come into contact with. And I think that the devil has had enough spotlight from this terrible virus. I would also encourage you to do your own research. And while there is a lot of negativity, and there's a lot of negativity that just goes with this disease, I also encourage you to make sure to find the hope and the positive messages that are still out there. It's like Mr. Rogers says, look for the helpers right now. Focus on the people that are coming up with solutions. Pray for our politicians. Pray for all of our leadership that are making important decisions that affect all of us right now. So my vision was to empower parents to begin with the correct education and skills in the home first, without needing to depend on outside resources to do the teaching and life skills for them. Our time is now, parents. Whether we are ready for this or not, God said the time is now. We cannot do this being led by fear. We have to be level-headed and calm. So read and believe what the Word says about anxiety. For the sake of time, I'm just going to tell you the scriptures that I shared on my blog, and I encourage you to either write them down right now and look them up yourselves, or you can read the full scriptures with some supportive words to apply to the current times in my blog. Also, make sure to check out my Shopify shop. That's hard to say. I created some visual aids, and I made them very reasonably priced. They're only $14.99 for all 5 of them. And what I did is I put them on some pretty background and printed them in hopefully large enough font. They will come laminated so that you can hang them up wherever you want in your house. I create those kinds of things for myself and for the foster parents that I work with all the time anyway. I thought it might be helpful for you too. And again, it's not designed for just specifically what's going on right now. It's designed for facing fears, which unfortunately we will encounter our entire life. So I think it could be helpful for any kind of tribulation that you're facing. So the scriptures that I provided for you in the blog are Matthew 6:25 through 27, Peter 5:7, Psalm 91, 2 Timothy 1:7, and Isaiah 41:13. And I'll make sure to put those in the comments attached to this video so that you have them all written. Now, remember, there is a difference between worry and concern. Worry immobilizes you, concern moves you into action. God doesn't send you away when He views you as weak. Instead, He pulls you closer so that He can give you strength. Now, again, these scriptures are meant for you to read, repeat, pray, and meditate on them as we are facing difficult times ahead. Now, for part 2 of the blog, I'm going to provide you with just simple, basic messages that you can communicate to your child. These are meant to be easy so that they can memorize them, so that you and your child can apply them anytime that something scary is going on in their world, anytime they're facing something scary. And so that part of the blog is called 5 Things to Remind Your Child When Scary Things Happen in Their World. So for this video, I will just read you those 5 simple messages. I'm thinking about putting them together on a quick and easy visual aid also. So stay tuned for that. It will be in my Shopify shop if I do that also. But in the blog, I do go into a little bit more detail about each point. So basically, I'm just trying to provide you some discussion points and some direction that your discussion could possibly go in with your child. So the first message is your fears or worries are okay and normal. Second message is we cannot control the future, only God can. Third message is fear can be a good thing, but we are not meant to live in it. Number 4 is no matter what the fear is, God is bigger. And the 5th message, God didn't create you to be small or fearful. And that means like not physically small, but to feel small or fearful, but strong and full of power and self-control. Now, Mom, Dad, the peace that your child will feel when they give their fears and worries to Him will be a reminder that He is faithful to us. So remember, you will recognize that. You will be able to visually see it when you speak these messages into your child. So make sure that you voice that to them too, so they could recognize it also. So the final takeaways from these blogs and from this video that I want to communicate to you today. The first one is, in times of stress, they turn to us. We must remain calm, especially while we're in front of them. Now, this is a scary time. I'd be lying if I said that I haven't experienced some fear as well. I rebuke it, and I do not experience that fear in front of my children. I validate their fear. If they ask me if I'm afraid, I might tell them, sure, there are times that I might feel afraid, but we don't need to be panicking in front of our children right now. So remember also to talk to them at their developmental stage, not necessarily their biological age. So I have 4 children. Currently, their ages are 18, 16, 9, and 7. I've had separate conversations with each of them based on what they are ready to handle and what they're equipped to handle. So just kind of keep that in mind too. Some parents pride themselves on sharing everything very openly with their children. This isn't necessarily a time to do that. You do things based on what they are ready for and what they're equipped to handle. Another point is it's okay to not have all the answers. Carrying your worries, stress, and daily struggles by yourself shows that you have not trusted God fully with your life. It takes humility to recognize that God cares, to admit your need, and to let others help you. Another takeaway, may we use this current difficulty as an opportunity to, and then I'm just going to list a few, and again, this is all written in my blog, be intentional about your parenting and leadership skills. Have a chance to not panic, but strengthen ourselves. View our children's closeness as a blessing, that they are safe. Be a better filter while they are with us than they would have if they were not with us. Be a safe space for your children to share their real thoughts and concerns with you. Make memories with your child about a time that things were hard in life and they turned to you for comfort and peace, and you were a conduit to provide it. Some final calls to action. Set small, attainable, and realistic goals to accomplish as a family and individually. Write them out on a large piece of paper, hang it up, and make it fun. The second one, empower your child to focus on what they can do to equip themselves and make themselves strong and resilient. Number 3, avoid watching news, reading social media, or unfiltered discussion with other adults about the topic. Remember, you are not only protecting their heart, but you're also protecting your own. Number 4, minimize people who you talk to who are negative or over worriers. I don't know if I made that word up or not, but just to let you know, I've had limited social media exposure and people that I'm following for that reason exactly. Number 5, establish a new and written routine for your temporary normal. I'm happy to share that. If you guys put in the comments maybe that you'd like to see what we're doing, I'm happy to share that as well. It's a working document, please know that. Number 6, focus on what we can control. Some examples are eating healthier, washing our hands correctly, taking vitamins to build your immunity, exercise inside or outside, and I'm sure that you can think of many more. The 7th one, ask your children on a daily basis for one thing that they are thankful for today. Here are a few of mine. My husband and I, we still have a job. I'm very thankful for that. We still have income coming in. I'm extremely thankful for that. My 2 teenagers also have their jobs still. One of them has not been able to go back to work yet, but he still has his job. And my daughter works for a small donut shop, and they still are getting enough business to stay in business. So I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for our home. I'm thankful for our health. I'm thankful for our family in our house and extended and friends. I'm so thankful for teachers as we started homeschool today. Oh man, teachers are angels on earth. My parents are teachers too, and I knew that, but today, I'm just reminded even more so that teachers are just sent from God. Good teachers are, anyway. All the staff at the school, the capability to work from home, I'm so thankful for that. I am thankful for more time together, even though it's been stressful at times. I'm still thankful for that, and I have to remind myself sometimes to be thankful for that. I'm thankful to have food to eat. I'm thankful that we have each other. And again, I'm sure that you can think of so many more. Parents, don't forget, we are in this together. Remember, this is a time for social distancing, not social isolation. So reach out to a friend or family member by phone or FaceTime. Pray with one another. If you've never done that before, now's the time to do it. And please know that I am praying for you. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. And like, subscribe, share with your friends, and just know that you're in my thoughts and prayers always. Bye-bye.